you mad? Why you mad? Get glad. Stop hating on my swag. Stop hating on my shit. You money like a bitch.
Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Today ain't gonna be a usual funny video. We doing a little something a little different. It's gonna be another story time. So today's story time is gonna be about the time that I actually slept with my best friend's mom. Now hold on. I know y'all like, yo, what? It's not even like what you thinking. So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna say this happened around, this happened around the mid 2000s. And my neighborhood was kind of like, we had families that was like black, white. We had a mixture of different types. It was still the hood, but we had different types of people in the neighborhood. So, you know, across the street from me, Donnie, my guy's Donnie, my friend Derek, he lived across the street. And my homeboy, he was older than me. He was way older than me. His name was Mix. He lived next door to me, and next door to him was my friend, one of my really good friends. I'm not even gonna say his name. And I was young. I was in high school. Just put it like that. I was in high school, and I used to go down to my friend's house all the time. You know, I'm into video games. We used to play games together. We used to play GameCube together. We used to play video games together. You know what I'm saying? And I used to go down there, and I used to play the game. And it just became like kind of, he got siblings. So he had 2 extra brothers and a little sister. So it was 4 of them all together, plus the mother in the house. And they were white. They were white, but his brother was mixed because his mother's boyfriend was black. So I used to go down there, and I used to play the game with him, and I used to always notice she used to like always give me an eye, but I'm young, I'm not paying no attention. I'm like, whatever. I'm not saying nothing to nobody. I'm just minding my business. So it used to get to the point that it was getting so hectic in my household, I would just go down there for like a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? I like the way they lived. She was cooking every day, this, that, and another. So I would go down there and play the game and, you know, chill with them. And it started getting to the point where her boyfriend used to be like, why that boy always coming down here so much? You know what I'm saying? He used to always say that. And I remember him like, I used to chill with him too, because he used to smoke weed and stuff. And that nigga used to play Madden all the time. He used to love Madden. But I noticed like they was together, but he had a room downstairs and her room was upstairs. I noticed this from the jump, but it wasn't really, I wasn't paying no attention. And I used to notice they used to argue a lot. So, you know, I used to just go down there every day. Me and my homeboy, we used to go ride bikes, you know what I'm saying? Hit up GameStop and get some, just do average young boy shit. So then, I remember one day she had said something. I can't remember what she said, but she said something to me because I used to have like real long hair and stuff. So she had said something to me, and it kind of like, I was like, man, why this lady saying something to me? So a couple weeks after that, we all chilling, you know what I'm saying, the whole neighborhood at her house. And at the time, I was talking to this other chick, and at school, I was in high school. And I was on the phone with her, and like I said, she lived one house down from me. So I had the cordless phone, and I was on her porch. She had like a sun porch. Her house was like the spot. And I'm on the phone talking to the girl, and she just grabs the phone from me, and she was like, who you talking to? I was like, you know, a shorty or whatever. And she hung the phone up. She was like, you ain't got no girlfriend. I'm your girlfriend. And everybody just started laughing, but it was a joke, but not thinking it was what it was. I was just laughing like whatever. I tried to call the girl back. She wouldn't even pick up my call. I seen her in school. She wouldn't even talk to me. So I was like, damn, you kind of messed that up. So it was like whatever. I'd never forget this day. So then like after that, you know, I kept going over there, daily routine, like every day, go over there. We play football in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? Talk, laugh, joke, talk about rap. You know what I'm saying? Trade CDs. It was just like a normal type thing. So I remember one time going over there, and she was cooking dinner, and I didn't want to intrude. It'd be like, Now I don't want nothing to eat. You know, so even though I would be hungry, because she would cook. She would always cook dinner, and she was like, you can have a plate, you can have a plate. And she would like cook the bomb ass plates. Like she would cook like full blown dinners like every day. You know what I'm saying? So I started eating over there, and I started getting real comfortable over there. I felt like I was part of the family. So I remember one day I was telling my friend, I was like, yo, I should just stay the night over here, because it was getting late. And he was like, yeah, you can stay. You know, saying my mom won't care. And then I asked her, and I was like, you might, if my mom says it's cool, can I stay the night? And she was like, yeah, you could stay the night if you want to. Yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And at this time, but by this time, me and her was kind of like talking on the low a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She had bought, I didn't even tell nobody. She had like bought me a cell phone and everything, so I could like keep in contact with her. She was paying the bill and everything. So, you know what I'm saying? By this time, this was like my first night spending the night over there, and I kind of knew that I was gonna smash this night, but I didn't want to because it was my friend's mom. But I'm young, I'm full of cum, I'm horny, so I'm like, yeah, alright. So then I was like, yo, mom. I told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna stay the night at the house tonight. And my mom didn't look at it no different. She was just like, well, it's only a house. I don't care. You in high school, so I don't care. So I ended up staying the night down there, and I was like, where I'm gonna sleep at? And it was like a 2-story house, but it was a 1-family house. So she was like, you could sleep upstairs in the so his brother had like it was like an attic, but it was like another house upstairs. I don't know how to explain it. The middle brother, he had a room up there. It was a middle room, and then it was her room where her and her son the youngest son used to sleep. And downstairs, my friend used to sleep, and his sister used to sleep in the other room. So I was like, where I'm gonna sleep? She was like, you could sleep in the middle room. So I was like, cool. So everybody, by the time it's time to go to bed, I'm nervous. I'm like, oh, like, okay. Because she was already coming on to me. So I'm like, I'm just going to try to go to sleep. So I'm laying in the bed. It's like 11, 12 o'clock. Everybody's asleep. She comes out of her room in a t-shirt and her underwear, and she was like, you want to come lay with me? I was like, what? I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm young. I'm just dumb. I mean, I wouldn't do it now that I'm older and wiser, but I'm young. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? And I remember my friend telling me, because it was another chick, another older lady across the street. She was a freak, and she was like a mom, and my homeboy was like, yeah, you get this mom and I get that mom. So we was kind of plotting anyway. So she was like, she come out there and she was like, you want to come lay with me? And I was like, okay. I went in there, and she just, it was awkward because her son was like sleep right there. I was like, you got to move him or something. So she took her son, she picked him up, and she put him in the room that I was laying in. So then we laying there, and then we getting into it, and then next thing you know, one thing leads to another, and bam, 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 you know what I'm saying? It just goes down or whatever, right? And I'm just, you know what I'm saying? This ain't my first time fucking or nothing like that, but I'm going in, you know what I'm saying? So we finish, and I didn't say nothing. I go downstairs, I clean myself up, and she get her son, put him back in the bed. I get back in the bed, I go to sleep. I wake up to grits, eggs, bacon, all that shit in the morning. So her other son was in the other room upstairs with us, was like, I kept hearing something last night. I don't know what it was. Like, he was like, I don't know what the noise was. And I ain't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up going home, and I was just like, and note, I still had the phone. So it just became like a weird situation. Like, nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? Then the people started noticing. I started going down there more and more and more, being down there all day. So when it started getting serious, when I started like skipping school to go over there, this was the crazy part. So I remember one morning, she was like, she was like, just leave your house, normal routine, because my mom wasn't keeping watch on me. She was like, leave your house, normal routine, as you do, like you going to school, but just come over here. Everybody gonna be asleep, because everybody was asleep by the, we went to different schools, so everybody was asleep by the time I got up and went to school, because I had to go to a different school, like far out. So I was like, cool. So I was like, where I'ma hide at? So I got up, I went over there, and she took me. She's like, just hide in the basement. Nobody knew. Her kids didn't know. Her friends, nobody knew. Our neighbors never knew. I ended up sneaking over there, and she's like, hide in the basement. I went in the basement. I was like, what if somebody got to come down here and get something? She was like, well, just hide under these clothes. She put me like under all of these clothes. They was clean clothes. They was just a whole bunch of clothes she had washed, and she just threw them. She was like, sit here on this chair, and she threw all the clothes on me, and I sat down there, seemed like for hours. I heard everybody getting ready upstairs for school. I heard everybody eating. I heard them talking about what they're gonna do in school. Like, I was just hearing it, and I was like, this is crazy. What I'm thinking in the back of my mind is, this is crazy. So finally, everybody went to school, and she was like, you all right? I was like, yeah. She's like, it's cool, you could come up. I came up, I ate breakfast. I was doing what the grown folks do. I was watching Price is Right, People's Court. I was chilling. I felt like a king, because at this time, her and her boyfriend, they had broke up, and he moved out. He had moved out by this time. So I just felt like a king, and I kind of felt bad, but I was like, yo, I don't get this kind of treatment at home. You know what I'm saying? I ate, and she was like, you could go to sleep if you want to. I was like, yo, I could sleep in and not go to school, and I got food. So I went to sleep, and I remember as we did the do. You know what I'm saying? I woke up, we did the do, and then she gave me like some lunch, and it was crazy. And around the time for me to get ready to come home from school, which was, I come home at like 4 o'clock, but her kids would get home before me. So I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to get home and get off the block before anybody could see me. So she was like, well, how you going to do it? I was like, I'll figure something out. So I put my stuff on, put my coat on, and I left out her back door. I hopped the gate, and I just walked around the block. You know what I'm saying? I hopped the gate, and I cut through somebody's yard, walked around the block. Nobody saw nothing. I did this for a while. Nobody saw nothing. So we snuck around like for a minute until I got to the point where they started calling my house because I wasn't showing up at school. So I had to go to school. So I started going to school, but I still had her cell phone. So I would just sneak over there every now and then. And it got to the point where we was in an actual like relationship. It got to that point, and it just got weirder and weirder, you know what I'm saying? And we kept it a secret until, I don't know how my moms found out. I think I got lazy, and I got caught going over there one day when nobody there. My mom was like, why you going over there if your friend ain't there? You know what I'm saying? And my mom was, cause and I didn't even know, cause her and my mom used to kind of hang out a little bit. And I never knew. She told my mom, yo, your son is cute. I never knew that until this day. So, my mom told me, she was like, my son, she called, she was like, yo, my son over there. And she was like, yeah. She was like, tell him to come home. I came home. She called her back and was like, come over here, I need to talk to you. They started arguing. Yo, my son is too young for you. What are you doing messing with my son? You fucking up his mind, this, that, and another. And my mom, she fight. So I'm like, damn, I hope my mom don't beat this lady up. So I just didn't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? I just started acting crazy to get my mom to like ease up off her so she could just get up out the house, because my mom was finna mess her up. And then she ended up leaving, and then my mom's was like, pack your shit and you get out my house too, since you don't want to listen, you want to mess with grown bitches. And so that's the day my mom's kicked me out. But that day my mom kicked me out, I went to my grandmother's house. That night my mom busted in that lady's house and was trying to fight her, you know what I'm saying? But we still ended up talking, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was across town, we still ended up doing the do. We ended up like still talking. And it became a full-blown relationship to the point of, it got to the point where everybody just knew. Like, our neighbors never knew, but when her kids found out, they kind of accepted it. But I still kind of felt like an asshole because I was cool with all of them too. You see what I'm saying? But the deed was done. There was nothing else I could do. I did it. I'm here now. It is what it is. And she was giving me a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? In a way, she made me grow up quicker than I was ready to. But she kind of prepared me for the world because I was young. I was real young. And, I ended up having to get a job. I ended up helping them pay bills. We ended up moving together. It was crazy. And I can say me and my friend's friendship, it wasn't the same. We was cool when we wasn't around his mother. You know what I'm saying? But when it was like when his mom wanted to be around me and then him and they wanted to do their thing and I was around, it was awkward. You know what I'm saying? But I apologize to him because I didn't mean for this to go like that. And we still cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? He's still one of my best friends, but that was a crazy situation. So, but yeah, man, that was the time. It's a lot more to the story. Maybe I'll do another video and tell y'all more about it because low-key she was kind of loony too. But, I ain't gonna put it out there like that. But, like I said, this is just something I'm trying out for the channel. I think every Thursday I'm gonna hit y'all with like a story time because I got plenty more stories, man. I got some crazy buck wild stories. So if y'all feeling this, somebody leave a comment, anything, I don't know. Give me some type of feedback. So, hope y'all enjoyed this story time. And until next time, peace.
Too much drama.